Hey everyone, I'm Lisa G and welcome to Social Media 101. So this is your guide to establishing an online presence, building your brand, maintaining consistency and engaging in income producing activities that are going to get you to the success in your business that you're looking for. So I'm going to start off with what is social media presence. So social media presence means that people know who you are, what you're about, and they know where to find you and when. You want to be the first person that springs to mind when anything that related to your brand comes up. So whether that's motivation, whether it's makeup, whether it's skincare, whether it's wellness, whether it's being a mom, you want to be the first person that pops in their mind. Social media presence also means being consistent. Just like if you had like a brick and mortar shop, like a salon or a restaurant, you'd have opening times, wouldn't you? And it's the same with your online business. People need to know that you're open and that you're going to be there. Consistency shows people that you're a professional business owner that they can trust. So we're going to get into it. So the first thing you need to do if you're brand new, so a little story, a little backstory of me. Like I've been in my business now for just coming up to 7 years. When I started my business, I didn't have any online following. I had under 80 friends on Facebook. None of my friends and family were interested in getting to know what I was doing. So I knew that I was going to have to build this online. So that I went out and learned everything that I needed to learn. And like my following has gone from 80 friends in the last 6 years to 8.1 thousand followers on Facebook. Additional following on Instagram, which I think is about 2,500, and 6,500 people on TikTok. So just this can be done from scratch. And really, that's why I wanted to do this video, because if you're someone who doesn't have any following right now, this is where you need to start. So first of all, just have a think about which platforms are you using. For me, it's Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. For you, it might be LinkedIn. It might be other platforms, MySpace. It could be anything. Whatever your three are, think what your main three are. The first thing I would do is do like a little bit of a cleanup. Make sure your profile looks professional. So your profile picture is a picture of you, not your dog or your garden or anything like that. And then your cover photo can be like a positive quote, picture of your family maybe in that one, or you can go on to fiverr.com. I think I paid about £10 to have my cover photo done in a professional way so that it's got my bio written in that. The last thing is your bio. So I'd switch up your bio so that it explains who you are and what you're here for, so that it's not just saying mum, wife, dog lover kind of thing. It's giving people a little bit more of an understanding of who you are and why you're here. So now I want you to really have a think about like that point of who are you and why are you showing up on social media. To create an engaged audience and have a successful business is ultimately why you're probably showing up on social media. But how do you figure out how to do that? So what you want to do first of all is figure out your brand. Think about what you love. So a lot of people struggle with branding, and basically I think it can get overcomplicated. Branding is basically, what do you love? And the way I like to think about this is, who were you before you had kids and before you got your job? You know, like, what did you love? If you do an exercise of on a piece of paper, put your name in the middle and then think of 20 things around it that you love that makes you you. So before you were a mum, you're not just a mum in your job title. You know, like, do you love exercise? Do you love meditation? Are you into spirituality? Have you got a passion for something? Like for me, it was horse riding when I was younger, and I don't actually do that much anymore. So I need to find a way to get that back in. So pick 3 of those things that you've written on a piece of paper, 3 or 4. And one will probably be your business. So for me, one is coaching and mentoring. One is helping women to feel confident and beautiful in their own skin, whatever age they are. One is being an authentic boy mum. You know, like, I keep it real. Like I love my kids, but they're also really annoying at times. Like, but that's just me. So I share that, like everybody on my social media knows that I keep it real when it comes to being a mum. I'm not the mum who is like, my kids are my world. I'm actually quite jealous of those people. If I wrote something like this, people would be messaging me saying, are you okay? So yeah, that is part of my brand. Now, my other part of my brand is I do love my exercise, but that takes many different forms depending on what mood I'm in. At the moment, it's running. So running is on my social media and part of my brand. So to figure out your niche around your brand, I want you to try and think about an I am statement. So I want you to try and fill in the statement. I help blank to blank. So my statement is, I help busy women to remove financial anxiety from their lives. Yours might be completely different to mine, but just think about who is it you're showing up to help and what are you helping them with? Now, when it comes to creating your content, I used to think my life was so boring, but not, in all honesty, people just absolutely love to see the behind the scenes. They love to see where you've come from. They love to hear your story. My audience know my story, and it helps people to connect with me. So even though you might think your life is boring, everybody thinks their life is boring, but honestly, people want to see it. So what you don't want to do is become like a sales robot, just showing your product, just showing your opportunity. You need to show your life, and you need to show the other things that make up your brand. Now, when people know, like, and trust you, that's when they're attracted to your products, your service, your business. So it is important to share that as well as your products and your services. Now, I'm going to come on to consistency, because consistency is one of the key things that you can do for your business. Imagine if you turned up at your favorite restaurant and the door was shut and the shutters were down and there was no note on the door. Like, this actually happened to me. I used to get like an hour's lunch break from work, and me and the girls decided we were going to go out to this noodle place. And we spent, I think it was 15 minutes to get there. We got there, the doors were shut, the shutters were down, and there was no note on the door. We were absolutely fuming. We were absolutely fuming. We never, ever found out what had happened, but we never went again. And we told everyone that we knew not to go to that place. So just think about that. Like, that negative experience once got sort of filtered to such a bigger audience. And it's just the same with your business. If people come to your profile and they can't see anything, they're going to think that your business isn't there anymore. So your social media is the same. It builds trust and rapport with people when they see you on a regular basis. You want to be that first person that springs to mind when they run out of the product, or they need extra money, or they need some support. You need to be that first person that pops into the head, and you're going to do that by being consistent, because they're going to see you on repeat. Now, you might be thinking, if you are brand new to your business, like, what are income producing activities? Like, how do I get started? What do I need to be doing? And I follow a really simple system. You need to be creating content around your brand. So that will be those 4 things that we've just talked about. So it'll be your lifestyle, it'll be your exercise, it'll be your kids, and it'll be your business. Whatever your brand is, whatever those 4 things were that made up that you picked, those are the pillars of your brand. So that's what you want to be creating content around. Creating content is one part, but then the income producing activities behind that, because your content just attracts people to you. If you're not actually messaging people, so income producing activity number 1 is to be finding new people and adding them and messaging them so that they know who you are and what you're about. And you can do this in lots of different ways. I like to go into Facebook groups that are of interest to me. So I'm in running groups, I'm in mums groups. I go into those groups and I make posts in there. I ask questions, I engage in other people's content. And when people engage with me, I go and message them, not about my business, not about my product, just to build a relationship and say, like, hey, I saw you post in the running group. Like, where did you get your new trainers from? Have you had a gait analysis done? Like, whatever it is that relates to your interests, because new eyes on your business is what's going to create a bigger audience and more eyes on you. Number two is to actually ask people to take a look at your business or your products. And you need to be doing this in Messenger. So whatever system your business has got, like mine, we have team systems in place. So you've got all different scripts that you can use so that you can go to your people on your friends list and ask the question. I like to use Fraser Brooks script a lot. So I'll just be like, hey, Julie, just wondering if you would be interested in checking out a game-changing new product that XYZ, you know, like helps with your hair, skin and nails, or helps with your whatever it is for you. And I put 2 pictures in with it. That then opens the door. If they say no, absolutely fine. Thanks for getting back to me. I appreciate you. If they say yes, that means I can then send them some more information on my product or my business. And then number 3 is following up. Following up with customers that have bought from you so that they know you're not only messaging when you want a sale. Following up with people you've sent information to, because most people are busy. I used to have like a really bad block when it came to if I'd sent information to someone on a product and they didn't reply. In my head, I used to think, oh, they're not interested or they can't afford it. But in actual fact, once I changed that story in my head to they're just super busy like me, and they were in the changing room with 3 kids, or they were doing the weekly shop and they just didn't see the message. I started to message every single person and just say, hey, Susie, I'm just about to put my next order in. Would you like a adding on? I was shocked how many people and how many orders I got from those follow-up messages. So if you haven't got a system in place right now, make that a priority, because it will absolutely change the game for you. And then number 4 is building relationships. So when you're posting about your lifestyle and those other things that are not related to your business, don't miss an opportunity to build a relationship. So if someone loves on your post or loves or likes or comments on your kids, reach out to them and say, thanks so much for commenting on my post. I appreciate you. How was your weekend? You know, like build those relationships. And it's exactly the same for building your team. So again, if you are adding new people to your audience every single day by finding new people, adding them and messaging them, that's going to have more eyes on your business. It's going to be more people that you can ask the question to. So yeah, if you just need to look at whatever your business is, look for the scripts that you've got in your company. If you haven't got any scripts and you're struggling, feel free to just comment below this video and I can give you some of the scripts that I use a lot. Another strategy that I use every single week is affiliates, but I'm not going to go into that in too much detail in this video. If you go to my YouTube channel, if you go to the main page, click on subscribe and just scroll down, you'll see affiliate strategy. If you go and check that out, that really helps with growing you. It's a really quick strategy for growing your audience every week and getting new sales and new customers every week. So yeah, I hope this has helped as your introduction to social media. All I want to say is show up for yourself. I know you're amazing. Go and share that unique you with the world. Hit the subscribe button if you've enjoyed this video, and watch out for more.